Hi, guys. Welcome to DeeperWoman the Podcast. On today's episode, we'll be talking to Miss Angela Eveline, a 26-year-old beautypreneur based in the Netherlands. Angela owns three well-established businesses in the beauty industry. She has her own skin clinic and beauty salon. She's been in the industry for 6 good years and has grown and mastered her skills as a beautypreneur. Recently, she has started a new project and chapter, which is called Angela Eveline Coaching. Angela's goal is to help other beautypreneurs to grow their business. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming Angela Eveline on DeeperWoman the Podcast.
Hello, guys. Welcome back again to Deeper Woman the Podcast.
Hi,
It's
guys.
your co-host Abinaya Bois, and I'm here with
Tox Adelesi, your favorite African sister in the building.
yes. We are back once again, and we always tell you guys how appreciative we are of the people listening in to our podcast, and
Yeah.
actually letting us know what you think of the podcast. And if you're new here, welcome. This podcast is a podcast for all women of color. Doesn't matter your age, as long as you're a woman. And on this podcast, we talk about a lot of things. Anything related to women can be entrepreneurship, it can be marriage, relationship, motherhood, anything that as women we go through, we talk about it here. And this is also a community of sisters. We Tox and I basically want this to be a place where you can get information, a place where you can have that security, a place where we have women coming on the show that talk about things that they have been through. And on this platform we are real and unfiltered. So we make sure that everything is just as real as possible,
Yeah.
because that's what we stand for, and that's what we want to give to you, because nowadays social media is taking over, and there's just a lot going on. And if you want realness, this is the platform for it. So,
Yes.
welcome to Deeper Woman the Podcast. Once again, yeah, today we have a special guest. But first of all, Talks, how are you? How
I
are you
am I,
feeling?
I am good, sis. Like every time when I'm on the podcast and we have, another influential woman on the podcast, I am so happy. Like I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
yeah,
But I'm good, sis.
yeah.
And how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm
Oh,
doing good. Yeah,
okay. That's great to hear.
very good.
So
Yeah.
guys, so as my sister has already said, this is the podcast to be. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more fire content. So as you all can see, if you don't know, you'll know today. We have the boss lady, beautypreneur,
Mm,
Angela
mm.
Eveline in the building on Deep Woman
Yes.
Podcast. Welcome, Angela. How are you doing?
Thank you, ladies. I'm doing amazing. I'm
Yeah,
healthy. My loved ones are healthy, and I think that's the most important thing for now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm blessed and
Yeah,
happy.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we are also excited to have you here on the show because guys, today is going to be a very I don't know if if I'm saying this well, informative or informative
Hmm.
Yeah.
podcast. We're
Informative,
going to
yeah.
learn a lot today of the boss lady herself because she has recently started a new chapter, added a new branch, a new part of her business, which is called Angela Evelina Coaching. And today, Angela is gonna, take us on this journey to tell us, what the Angela Evelina coaching is about, how she went about it, how she started, how her journey is going so far, and just to be, educative to our sisters to inspire y'all if you want to, start a business in the beauty industry, or you
Hmm.
want some advice, coaching expert. She is the lady to tell you all the information. So, Angela,
Hmm.
can you explain to us how this all started? We know that you are well-established, beautypreneur. You have 3 established businesses. Tell us more about that first before we go into the coaching section.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for the introduction. I loved it. I love the vibe. I love
Welcome.
it. You're so
You're welcome. You're
Welcome.
welcome. Yeah.
uplifting. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Um, let's start from the beginning. I always loved beauty. I've always had a passion for beauty since I've been a child. And I also love entrepreneurship. I've studied business management and law at the University of Amsterdam. And I'm now in a phase where I can actually combine both with each other. I can combine my passion for beauty, my expertise in entrepreneurship, and also my experience as a beautypreneur. Because, like you said, I currently have 3 beauty businesses for over 5 years now,
Mm.
and I've learned so much. And during my career, I've spoke to a lot of beautiful beautypreneurs who love what they are doing, who are very good in the service that they are offering. They know how to do hair, they know how to do makeup. But when it comes to the business aspect of the business that they are building, they lack the confidence to really bring their business to the next level. And it's mostly because of the fact that they don't know how to. So I'm here to help all these beautiful beautypreneurs and guide them when it comes to the working on their beauty business. So it's not about me teaching them how to do makeup or how to do hair. I'm really going to teach them how they can be a beautypreneur and how they can scale their business that's suitable for their private situation also, because we have a lot of beautypreneurs who are still studying, who are mom of 4, but we also have beautypreneurs who just want to do it on the side, but they want to do it in a very healthy, efficient way, and also build the confidence that's necessary if you want to grow your beauty business.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
I love that. Wow. I just love
yeah.
the energy she gives. Even guys,
Yeah.
if you
Yes.
haven't followed this woman on Instagram, you're missing out.
I tell
Every
you.
time when I click on her story,
Yeah.
I am learning something. No,
Something.
no,
Yeah.
it's really you're always learning, and I love these kind of now that I'm because I'm in my 30s now. Now that I'm on social media, I'm very I think very well before I follow someone. Like I just don't follow someone because
Selective.
yeah, very
Yeah.
selective. Thank you, sis, for the word because I'm really selective of who I follow on Instagram because you need to use your time valuable. Like you cannot just be wasting time up and down. If
Yeah.
you're following, what am I getting from that person? Am I learning something? Is that person adding value? And Angela, guys, if you haven't followed her, you'll get the social media after the session. Will tell you where to follow her, where
Yeah.
to book her. But guys, if you haven't followed her, follow her because this is what I love when women are they use their skills also to help other people and also
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
inspire to be
Yeah.
influential for the community. Yeah, I love that,
I love
Angela. I
Thank
love
you.
that.
And you know what
Awesome.
it is? I mean, I haven't been very active on social media when it comes to my private life, but I knew that I needed to show more of myself, my personal life a little bit, but also me as a person because it
Yeah.
builds trust. And now I'm a little bit more active on social media. And what you see a lot is that, people are selling a dream, they are
Hmm,
selling this lifestyle. It's all about,
hmm,
it's all about the most luxurious car and
Girl,
the
speak
biggest
on it.
house.
hmm,
I mean, I'm an advocate of soft life. Make your life as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
You also need to be realistic and ask yourself, what do I want in my life, and
hmm, hmm.
what's suitable for my life? And not everyone is going to be a billionaire or a millionaire, and that's
No.
totally fine. But
Yeah.
if you know that you are good in something and there is so much potential for you to earn, more than you're earning at the moment,
Hmm.
and make your clients more happy than they are at the moment, it's a win-win situation.
Sure,
So I'm
sure.
really being realistic with this program and also on my social media page. And it's all about finding ease, while you're growing as a beautypreneur, as a woman, but also while your business is growing.
Yeah.
And it's all about taking it step by step, because if you want to grow in a healthy way, it needs to be sustainable for in the longer term.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah.
And
hmm.
that's just something that I try to repeatedly say on my, stories and in my post. And sometimes it can be a little bit harsh, but we need to
Yeah,
be
you need to be real.
keep it real.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. And the thing is, in this social media era that we are now, this is one thing that Docs and I always talk about how difficult it is to start up something, and just getting the resources and the support and all of that, and the fact that you are doing it. How was it for you when you started? Like,
Yeah,
where did you get that support
yeah,
and the
yeah.
the resources? How did you come up with,
Yeah.
did you get any of it?
Yeah, I mean, my parents were supportive. My sister, my
Mm,
family, I have a sister and a brother. They were very supportive. I actually work with my sister now. So the
okay.
support was very helpful for me. But what helped me was my studies, because I was studying business management and law at that moment. So I was learning a lot about business strategies and business management. And when I started my company, I knew that I wanted to really grow. So I took it serious from the start. Everything that I was learning through my studies, I would implement it in my business directly.
Mhm.
And then, of course, I had access to all these teachers, so I could ask them questions. They could advise me. And then it's also the motivation and prayer. I'm Christian, so I pray a lot. And
Yeah, yeah,
I gave it all to God, and I trusted the process. So I did not have a coach, but I
mm,
did have support, and I did have trust, and
mm,
I did have a plan, which
yeah.
really helped me to start. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome. And I love the fact that she was doing, multiple things at the same time, which is very difficult.
Hmm,
Yeah.
It's
really.
very,
Yeah.
very difficult
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do that. I mean, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays, like, the thing is, you can accomplish things, but nowadays people also look at, we kind of like, I mean, talks in our mothers, so it's easier to be like, oh, and I have kids, and I have this, and I can't do this, and I can't do that,
Make
like,
up, like, have excuses
yeah,
for.
excuses
Mm-hmm,
for,
mm-hmm.
how do you go about it with the people that you coach? Like, do you, because I guess you have to, like, motivate them, like, as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think you need to look at yourself, your current situation, and where you would love to see yourself within,
Mm,
let's say, 5 years, and not focus on other people, not compare yourself with other people.
Hmm.
I come from an African background, a Ghanaian background. My parents have been supportive since the start, but
yeah.
they didn't know a lot about, entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
So if I would have listened to my dad, I would have been a doctor now.
Yeah,
you know, and
Every African child.
that one. Oh God. Yeah,
or a doctor, and that's it. That was the
yeah,
max.
Hmm.
And I loved him. I love him for who he is. I respected his advice, but I knew that he had a different vision. His mindset is different. This generation, we have more options. We
Hmm.
have more
true.
flexibility. We have social media, and we have more free will.
Yeah,
So you can decide where you want to stand, and you need to be realistic. But
yeah,
if you want to gain certain results, you need to dive in, because it's not easy, but it's possible. So
yeah,
it was really my mindset that made it easy for me to achieve certain goals, and that's what I'm teaching my clients. And that's why from the start I'm asking them, what do you actually want,
Hmm.
based on your current situation? Also, if you have 4 children now and they are all two, within 5 years there are 7 years. Okay,
yeah,
by that time you'll have, this, your private situation will be different, but you'll still be busy with the kids. So what's even realistic within
Hmm.
your case?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you can be like, oh, I want to have 10 beauty salons, within this country, but will you be able to manage that?
yeah,
So it's all based on the situation of my client. And what I hear the most is what they want is ease. They want to be able to work within their business. They want to be able to offer their service. They want to have the right clients that value what they are doing. And they also would like to have a financial result out of that.
Yeah.
So we're focusing on the internal process, and it's not about the numbers. It's not, I want to have like 6 million, 7 million. I'm just saying something. It's about the rest that comes with building something bigger. And if you know that you're building a business, there's no rush in it. There's no rush. A business is not built within one day. It takes time, so that makes it different if you focus on yourself, your current situation, your goals, and not compare yourself with everyone else, because you see all these amazing testimonies, but you don't even know what they did and the struggles they went through. If you just focus on yourself and build this path that's sustainable for yourself, healthy for yourself, and enjoyable, you'll see that your goals don't have to be that hard to reach. Yeah.
I love that. And I think it's very important that you take things step at a time, because I think everyone wants to rush very hard to the end goal, but don't want to put the hard work into it, don't want to be patient, don't want to find the right resources to do everything. So I really agree with what you said. Also, I think what I have seen also with new entrepreneurs, beautypreneurs, is the startup is very hard. Especially you talked about, I think some time ago, about hiring people or working with a team. How what would you advise? What would your advice be for beautypreneurs that want to start but don't have like the capacity to hire people or to create a team? Because in the beginning it's overwhelming. You have to think about this, you have to think about that. It's not only even just rendering your service. You talked, I think, the last time about you being a CEO of your business, that you have to sometimes have that helicopter view on your business to see what is going, how are my processing going, concerning to my business. So what would your advice be for beautypreneurs that want to hire people but don't have the resources, but still want to make sure their business is an quality business, that they can also, find time to do other stuff than just running everything themselves?
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're in a stage where you financially don't have the resources to hire people, I think mostly you're not ready for it. So I think you need to take a step back and focus on yourself. Running a beauty business is not always sexy. There are some tasks that you may not like, but they need to be done. So you need to ask yourself, is the situation so that I don't like to do the task, or do I really don't know how to do it? These are two different situations. And mostly it's the first case. It needs to be done, but I don't like this. So I'll just hire someone else to do it. But if you're a starter and you don't even know how to run your business yourself, you're still analyzing how things are going, which is totally normal. Why would you hire someone else to do that for you? But there's a difference, because you can also make certain tasks easier for yourself by automating them. And we have amazing apps now, for example, social media posts. If you want to automate them, we have apps that are free or actually very affordable, where you can just plan an afternoon and you just, already make posts that you want to plan for the rest of the month. And then it's the system that will post it for you. So, we have systems that can help you to make certain tasks easier, but they still need to be done. So it's very important to first give yourself the time to explore yourself as an entrepreneur before you even involve other people, which can bring extra stress, extra money. You don't even know how to explain to them how they need to do their tasks. So it can have influence on the quality that they deliver. And it will also have influence on your reputation.
Wow.
If there are like simple things, let's say for you want to build a website, or maybe you want to introduce blogs to your clients but you don't know how to do it, Fiverr is a very nice website with freelancers worldwide.
Yeah.
And you can actually, go on there and let them know what you would like to get done. You can find their work on it, you can see reviews from others, and you can hire them to take certain tasks. But at the beginning stage, keep it simple. Focus on the service that you are offering.
Hmm.
So you're doing hair, you're doing nails. Make sure that the quality that you deliver is right. And make sure that you know who your ideal client is, and make sure that your ideal client knows the value of what you are offering.
Hmm.
That's where you should focus on in the beginning stage before you even think about hiring other people.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Very, very deep stuff. You are sharing things that I think a lot of people know, but they don't want to hear it.
Hmm. Hmm.
A lot of
The
people
hard
rush
talk. Yeah.
nowadays. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think it's really good to have someone who will sit down with you and talk about the things that, people will not talk about. I think that a lot of people are blinded by social media, especially when you see someone else's,
Yeah,
business blooming, and you're like, I
yeah.
want to do this, but they are blooming, and then you go and rush yourself, and then it
Hmm.
It's so,
will flop, and then you not understand why.
it's
But
so
it's a whole process.
There is no solid foundation, I guess, because that is what
No,
is missing. It's
no.
very jumping from 0 to 50, but
yeah,
not wanting to take the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps before getting
Yeah,
to the 50.
it's
Yeah.
so true.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
quantity, the
Yeah,
quality.
Hmm.
yeah. Having that
Correct.
identity as well. I feel
Yeah,
like everybody else's business has some sort of identity.
Hmm.
And when you
Hmm.
try to copy, it
Ain't
it
gonna work.
doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't really go well.
I love what you're saying. And you know what it is? Everyone can have a business.
Yeah,
But if you want a healthy, sustainable business,
Hmm.
yeah,
it's rooted in the foundation. And
Hmm.
you need to make sure that the foundation is correct. And it
yeah,
takes time.
Hmm.
And we always want the quantity. We love the whole CEO vibe. I have 7, 8 workers, I'm telling them what to do. Relax. Because you don't even know
yeah,
what stress comes with that. The
hmm,
more
Hmm.
workers you have, the more responsibility. You also need to pay them.
Hmm.
yeah,
So you can have a solopreneur who is offering one service, and she can be making 10 times more than this
hmm,
big saloon with 20 workers. The CEO is
Exactly.
always stressed. I'm not saying that's
yeah,
always the case, but I'm just
yeah.
trying to compare. And then
It's
when you
very
see the
true. Yeah,
Instagram page, we see the CEO in her Range Rover, with her Starbucks coffee, which is cute. I mean, we love
yeah,
the aesthetics. And then we have this other lady, just doing her work and being
Hmm.
silent. So don't let social media fool you.
Hmm.
Make sure that
Preach.
the foundation of your business is stable, because that's
yeah.
where it all starts.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think what you're saying, I see that a lot in when I go back to Ghana. I see that a lot in when you go and do your nails or when you go and do your hair, and
Yeah.
you see. I went to this nail salon and they had like a lot of staff. And the funny thing is that the person that was doing my nails, he didn't even ask what I wanted. He
Yeah.
just started, and then when he was, I mean, I was looking at him. When he was done, it wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
I watched him finish and I was like, this
Wow.
is not what you didn't ask me what I want.
Wow.
And it's just weird to me that you start something and not even ask, uh uh do you want to short? Do you want you're just doing something. And then I wonder, like, all these stuff who are here, like, are they really producing?
Hmm. That's not a healthy business.
No,
Just a bunch of people
no.
in a business, but they don't know what they're doing. And
Exactly. As
and
to someone,
hmm.
I went to another place that is like it's more into the ghetto side, and she basically is like where she is, she's not getting much clients because she's in a place where there are more poor people. But she was really good. And she was telling me like, I need someone to help me. I need someone to help me. I'm like, see, you have that. There's
Mm.
this
Exactly.
balance. It's just strange.
I
Very,
love
very
what
strange.
you're saying. And I think, things are changing. I mean,
Mm.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young and I would get my braids done, the hairdresser, I would call her auntie. She was not even my auntie, but I would call her auntie. I needed to sit on the floor and I needed to give my hair to her,
Yeah.
and we will just pay her this amount and she
Yeah.
would just go.
Yeah.
But nowadays, we want experience, especially in our culture. We want more experience. We want to feel loved, respected by the person that's treating us because we are trusting you with our hair, we are
Mm.
trusting you with our face. And if you know how to deliver that experience, you can actually calculate that in your pricing. We are
Mm.
willing to pay you more if the experience aligns with
Mm.
what we get from you. And this is such an important point in being a beautypreneur because
Mm.
it's something very sensitive you're doing if you're offering a service-based service. And a lot of beautypreneurs don't understand that point. They think if they are good enough, that's it.
Mm.
But it's not only about the quality that you deliver, it's about the full experience that you give to your client. It's about the respect that you give to your client.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Yeah. I
That's
think
deep.
this goes back to the we had there's this article that we read, and it talks about common mistakes that entrepreneurs make. And one of them was prioritizing customer service. And I think this is something that I would say when you look at social media nowadays, like people complain a lot about black businesses, that there's this thing with customer service. Like, why do you think that this is a mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make?
In businesses in general, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, First of all, it's a lack of knowledge.
mm,
Some beautypreneurs really don't know how important it is to deliver customer service, and they still have this mindset of, I need to make sure that the quality I deliver is okay.
yeah,
And that's where the price is based on. So you can have this hairdresser, she won't have any communication with you. You just pay her 40
so
euros for
strange.
cornrows, and you can go to this saloon, you get your drinks, you get the full experience, and you pay maybe like 6 times as much. And we don't even complain
Yeah,
while the hair is the same. Like I can give a very simple example.
yeah,
Let's say I am a hairdresser and I have this nice home saloon, and then Talks, you come to me, okay? You want to make this appointment through Instagram. So you're on my Instagram page, you've seen my work, and you like my work. So you want to make an appointment, but there's no information on where to make an appointment. So you just send me this WhatsApp message. And then 6 days later, I respond. The appointment is booked. You come to my house. I welcome you. I'm like, okay, sit down on this chair. I don't offer you drinks, anything. My friend is calling me. So while I'm doing your hair, I'm having this conversation with my friend. She's talking about her boyfriend who cheated on her. So you're sitting on this chair. You're like, okay, my mouth is kind of dry.
yeah.
I wish I brought my water
Want
with
some
me.
water?
Sitting there, she's talking, giving her friend some Oprah Winfrey advice, and then she's finished with her work. She gives you the mirror. You love your hair. It's very nice. She did exactly what she said that she would do. So then you go back to your car, you sit in your car, and then Abina calls you and she's like, oh, I love your hair. What would you tell Abina?
Do you want experience and the nice hair, or do you just want only the hair? Because girl, my mouth is dry. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. This is
Yeah,
so. I really like this is so familiar with me, especially when I'm going to do
yeah,
my hair, and I do my hair mostly at the places that I call my so-called aunties.
yeah,
This is what you go through. Like this is yeah, this is totally. I totally feel your story. I totally feel your
yeah,
story.
And,
Hmm.
and I'm not trying to bash anyone. Let's
Yeah,
be
sure,
clear.
we understand that.
yeah,
Me as a hairdresser, this is where I may have lost a potential healthy client.
Hmm.
Why? You came to my home salon, which is totally fine. I did what I said what I was going to do when it comes to your hair. Your hair is done nicely. But because of the customer service that came with what I was offering you, you feel some type of way. So if you find someone else on Instagram that's offering the same quality, because I'm not God, you can be the best of the best, but the same quality, you're not convinced enough to come to me again. You may try that other person. And then Abina, who called you, could have been a second potential client. Because if you were not only happy with your hair, but also with the customer service that's included in the package, if you want it or not, you're offering a service, so it's also customer service, you would have come back. And Abina would have also come back. So I've lost two potential clients because I felt like I could be Oprah Winfrey and the hairdresser in one.
Yeah.
So it's a very simple, and maybe I'm just using this example because I think we all may have experienced something like this. But it's so sad.
It is.
It's so sad. And the thing is, if you have a service-based beauty business, you need clients and you need a healthy client base. You need regular clients. And if you're able to make your clients happy, they will come back and they will also send other clients. And that's where growth comes. And what we see is we have a lot of beautypreneurs who are very good, but because of lack of customer service, they are not able to build this healthy client base. And that's the stairs that we are going for. At some point, if you're really good at your work and at your customer service, you can actually calculate how many clients you will have the next month.
Wow.
So you really need, for all the beautypreneurs that are listening, you need to stop having the mindset that I'm good in my work, so that's enough. It's not. In 2023, before I give you my money, I want to feel valued as a customer. I want to feel respected. I want to know that you're doing this with passion. And if I get this from you, I'll be happy. You'll see me again. I'll tell all my friends, I love my hair. I love everything that came with it. And you will see the results. And I'm not saying, oh, buy the most expensive champagne. I'm not talking about that. But be realistic for yourself. If your client is sitting in this chair for 4 or 5 hours, why would you not offer her a drink? It's very simple. And it sounds common sense. But it still doesn't happen.
True.
And let's not talk about the drink. Let's say, okay, there's no drink involved. Even if she had this nice conversation with you, made you feel comfortable, and your hair was done nicely, you may even have not mentioned the drink part. But because of everything together, it will be something you will mention.
It will.
Because a negative experience overloads a positive experience.
Sure.
So if you don't feel comfortable, every other thing will be noticeable. Whereas if the passion is there, she's being respectful, she's being nice towards you, you'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter. You will be comfortable enough to ask, oh, can I have some water? Right? Because you feel comfortable in the situation. So just to answer your question, if you are offering a service-based beauty service, customer service is the most important thing. It may even overshadow your quality. There are some basic principles you need to be good in your work. But let's say, for example, if there is someone in the area that's better than you and you're okay in your work, but you still respect your clients, they are totally fine growing with you because they appreciate you as a beautypreneur. So it's so important. That's where the focus should be on if you really want to grow and have a healthy beauty business for in the long term.
Wow.
I had an experience with what you were saying with a lady that I bought, kente from for my engagement. And she I until this day I still recommend her to people because it's just the way she went about it. Like, I sent her a message, I was like, this is the first time I've you know bought something from someone, and they are so, like, so nice, like, from the time I texted her and the way she responds, and she will call you. And even when she sent my kente, she sent me a whole message. I've sent it. It's with the, let me know when it arrives.
Mm.
And, I wish you the best. And I've prayed on it. I pray that God, after you marry, you have a lot of kids. Like, she just, like, and I was just surprised. I was like, this is not
Mm.
common.
Mm.
This is not common for people to do.
It made
And
you
so
feel valued.
now,
Yeah.
yeah. So now she sometimes send me a message. Hi sis, are you okay? How are you doing?
I
And
love your point. I'll get back to you with this
and
one.
that is her way of seeing, do you need something? Do and she
Yeah.
follows up, and it's so nice because I don't know where she learned it, but she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
And you see her business flowing, like, it's just amazing. Yeah.
I love it. And the thing what you said about hey sis, that language thing, I think it's more cultural.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's a question that I get a lot. I receive a lot from my clients. There needs to be a right balance, right? Because at the end
yeah,
of the day, you're a beautypreneur. She is your client. She's not
yeah,
your best friend. She's
yeah,
also
yeah,
your sister. We can do the hey sis, but she's
yeah,
not your sister.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
with all
yeah.
respect, you get
And
what
the thing is, she's in Ghana, so the
yeah,
cultural thing is it's
Yeah.
normal. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
And but there are some clients who they don't know how to balance it because when they get
Mm,
very comfortable with being so personal,
yeah.
at some point, some clients also feel comfortable enough to ask certain things
Mm,
that
mm,
don't come align with your service offering.
mm.
So I love why you said it because in some cases it's totally fine, especially if
Yeah,
it's something personal like an engagement. I
yeah,
used to do makeup, so I had this bond with my clients. I
yeah,
would always
Sure.
ask them how. I even did your makeup too.
Yeah, for my
Yeah,
court
I
wedding.
would- yeah.
Yeah, I never forget
You know,
that. Yeah.
this moment before she goes on the before she leaves the room, it's such
yeah,
an intimate moment where I'm
yeah,
involved with. So I totally understand that you build this relationship and bond
Yeah.
together.
yeah,
But at some point also, it's also very important to know where the line stops.
hmm,
And it's something that you need to feel for yourself. But I just wanted to mention that offering the right customer service doesn't mean that you need to go that deep.
deep,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
need to share your private
Oh
life.
no.
Um, no, I'm just saying because
So,
no, some entrepreneurs really feel this pressure of
Yeah.
being
yeah,
very open about their private life or exceeding their customer
Mm.
service to another level. It's all about making your customer feel comfortable and happy. And in your case, she felt your energy, I guess,
yeah,
that made her feel comfortable to have this type of conversations with you,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
received it with love, so she
yeah,
knew who you were.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to come back at it because
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
some people will feel like, okay,
yeah.
especially
You
in
need
our
to,
culture, everyone
yeah,
is auntie, everyone is our sister,
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
is something, and that's amazing to have. But
yeah,
you are a beautypreneur,
yeah,
and it's totally fine to claim that and still be nice without
yeah.
over exceeding it or
Over, yeah.
True.
call someone your sister or
Yeah,
aunt or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think in her line of, business, it's very important that, you
Yeah.
create that,
Bond.
Yeah.
and, most of the time when she texts me and, like, how are you doing, and then she will offer, we have this new design, and that's how she keeps, in touch with her people. And, to me,
Mm.
it's just beautiful because,
It's
to be
nice.
honest, my experience with
Yeah.
People in Ghana and services just not is it's not doing it for me.
And it's cultural. What you said
Yeah.
is so
Cultural.
true because it's cultural. In Ghana, that's the way we can be professional and still call you sister. But
Yeah.
here in Holland, like I can go to this, hairdresser, white hairdresser that's going to cut my hand. If I'll be like, "Oh, dankjewel, sis," she'll be like, "What's going on?" It has
That's
to
so
do with
true.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So, Angela, before we round up the podcast, we still want our listeners to know if they want to book you for a service, like how does that process go?
Well,
Because if there
yeah.
are beautypreneurs here, listeners, they want to start a beauty business in the industry, how can they contact you and how does that process go from like A to Z and what can they expect from you?
Okay. Okay. I have an Instagram page and a Facebook page called Angela Eveline. So if you type it in, you will find me directly. And then I have a website. I currently offer two programs, let's say like that. The first program is very simple. It's a 90-minute strategic video call. You can write down all questions that you have regards certain problems that are currently happening in your beauty business, and I will give you strategic advice. So based on that advice, you can just implement it in your company and get the results that you want. So this is for all type of beautypreneurs, from starters to more advanced beautypreneurs who may
Mm.
have a team, but I'm just gonna give you hands-on and strategic advice based on the questions that you have.
Yeah.
And then we have a 6 weeks one-on-one program. And what I'm going to do there, it's called Beauty Service to Beauty Business. This is for solo beautypreneurs who have a service-based beauty business and who need strategic advice on how they can strategically put their beauty business on the market. It's already on the market, but how we can optimize it,
Mm.
how we can attract your ideal client, and the things that you need to know on the CEO part of your business.
Mm.
So, what can you do to strategically run your business to grow?
Yeah.
And that's a 6 week program, and it includes your personalized workbook. And every week we will have a strategic video call.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. So what about people who want to start a business
Okay.
and they need like a hand, someone to hold their hand and be like, okay, you need to like, these are the steps that you can follow. These are the things that you should look out for. Like, do you also like get into that?
It's something I'm looking into, but the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, I can't be offering too much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why the group that I'm going to coach now, even if you go for the strategic call
Mm-hmm.
or the program, this is for solopreneurs who already started,
Already. Yeah. Yeah.
because you wanting to start is a whole nother process.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that if I offer my coaching, I know what I'm talking about and I can give you enough of my expertise. So it should be a whole nother type of program, and
Yeah.
that's planned for in the future. But I can give some very simple tips. Ask yourself where you would love to see yourself in 5 years,
Yeah.
then come back to 3 years, and then make a 1 year plan for yourself
Yeah.
that's aligned with your private situation. And then there are a lot of books. You can also follow me on Angela Eveline Instagram page. If you have certain questions, you can always DM me. I would love to give advice. But make sure that the main reason that you start is because you love to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Money is the result of good
Mm-hmm.
work. So that should not
Mhm.
be your first reason.
Priority. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That is so much
Mm-hmm.
wisdom right there. So much wisdom, guys. I hope you
Crazy.
have, gotten some, great information. Write it down. Hope you're listening. Hope you're tuning in or even sending this podcast to one of your sisters, aunties, friends
Mm-hmm.
who want to start, a beauty business that they should listen to this podcast. And, as soon as possible, hit Angela up on her Instagram, send her an email so that she can help you out. So, guys, we are grateful and thankful for, tuning in on this podcast episode. Angela, can you just mention one more time your Instagram and maybe your contact details, because this is so important that our listeners know
Okay.
how to get you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So the coaching Instagram page is Angela Eveline with then laagstreepje, like underscore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underscore,
With
correct?
a with double underscore. But if you type my name, Angela Eveline, you'll find three options. You'll find Angela Eveline Skin, Angela Eveline Beauty. These are my beauty businesses, and Angela Eveline with the square, the double
Yeah.
square.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll
Great, great.
definitely put in the description.
Yeah,
It
we'll
will
put
be
it
in
in
the
description
description.
so that they can,
So you can find it there. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, yeah. So,
Awesome.
guys,
Do you have one last advice for our people, our listeners?
Hmm.
One thing that you want them to remember. Just one.
yeah,
Believe in yourself, because if
Mm.
you don't
yeah.
believe in yourself, no one else will. And it may sound very, common, but
Mm-hmm.
it's important to believe in yourself and trust the process.
Hmm,
Enjoy the process, trust the process, and don't overshare.
Okay. Wow.
hmm,
Don't overshare. I always say this: you may have certain ideas, but
hmm.
see it as a baby, see it as a seed,
Mm.
protect it well before you share it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
That's one thing we always talk about on this podcast. Like,
Don't overshare your
don't
stuff.
overshare. Don't overshare.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done it in the past and it didn't work. It didn't help me. Don't overshare. Mm-mm.
Hmm,
Yeah,
yeah, guys.
that's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
That
much,
I've learned a
Angela.
lot.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
we did, we
Glad.
did. Thank you so much for tuning in, Angela. Guys, thank you so much also for listening to this podcast episode. If you want to follow us and have more content, follow us on a YouTube page that is Deeper Woman the Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, like this video so that YouTube can push this video out for people to listen and to hear. Follow us on Instagram on Deeper Woman the Podcast. Follow us on IG. Support us there. And on the Facebook group, we have a Facebook group for ladies. If you want to follow the tribe, if you want to be educated and you want to stay, up with our content, just follow us on Deeper Woman, the podcast Facebook group as well. So, guys, we're next week, Friday. We're back again with a new banging episode. And who knows, maybe with a banging guest speaker. We don't know. Just tune in next week, Friday. So, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.